Yeah,
Okay. So, hello everyone. My name is Garv and I am with Abhinav as a part of team IETE. Today we'll be discussing PostgreSQL, Express and relational databases in general. So, today we'll be covering what a database is, the types of a database, the, then we'll just have a brief intro of the industrial background of PostgreSQL, and then finally we'll have a hands-on session. Please stay till the hands-on session; it will be very useful for you. Now, you might think one important aspect I want to tell you now is that if you are a software developer or aiming to be a software developer, you cannot escape databases. They are there in all aspects. Like how will you save data without a database? So I hope today's session will be very helpful for you. And among the database technologies that are available in the market, PostgreSQL is the second most popular and it's open source and free. So it's a very good choice to start your database. So let us take an example. Suppose you have
Kindly record the
Instagram.
session also.
Yeah. Are we recording?
Okay.
yes, we are.
Yeah. Yes. So let us take the example of Instagram. You all must know about Instagram. You take pictures and upload them. Then how do others see those? They need to be stored somewhere in a server. And all of them need to be organized by your username, the date that the picture was taken, any caption should add to the picture. So all of this data is stored in a database. I hope you have gotten a bit of understanding about what a database is. In even if you don't, we'll explore more examples and I you'll be able to understand better then. So the formal definition of data is known facts on multimedia that can be recorded. Like that can be recorded means that can be stored. And to store all of these data, we use a database. And a database is thus a collection of related data items. In the earlier days, also we used to have databases, but they were all maintained on paper. Then came along computers and database management softwares. So a DBMS stands for a database management software, which is a software package which facilitates the creation and maintenance of a database. I hope you all are clear about these basic terminologies. Uh, Coming to the types of a database or the applications of a database. So we can have numeric and textual databases, multimedia databases, and geographic information systems. Uh, Let us take an example of numeric and textual databases. So if you take the contact list stored on your phone, that in itself is a database. It is a local database that is stored on your phone. I think you all must be able to relate with me here. Then multimedia databases, we have just now discussed about Instagram. That is an example of a multimedia database. Another can be YouTube. That is a huge database of that is basically the biggest database of videos all around the world. And then discussing about geographic information systems, this is a little different kind of database.
तेरी के मम्मी हमसे नहीं
Yeah, so geographic information systems are a bit different. In this, we take specific locations in an area and map data to locations. So a practical example would be suppose the traffic that data that is stored in Google Maps. So for different locations, we are mapping the density of traffic, and those are stored in geographic information systems. Uh, we have basic four types of database models. Out of these, the hierarchical model and the network model were the first ones that came into the picture, but now they are outdated and mostly just used for legacy systems. These days, we focus on relational models and object-oriented models. In a relational model, data is stored in the form of tables, and tables are interrelated to each other. In an object-oriented model, on the other hand, we do not have tables. Instead, we have classes and objects. Some examples of databases based on the relational model would be MySQL, Oracle, and PostgreSQL that we'll be discussing today. And some examples of the object-oriented database model would include MongoDB, ObjectDB, Gemstone, etc. One second. Yeah. So we'll now discuss entities and attributes. Let's just take a different approach to learning about this. We first will see what an example of an entity is. So let us suppose we have a table of employees. In a table of employees, in that we have a particular employee named John Smith. So this one particular employee, John Smith, and all of the data stored for him is an entity. And the formal definition of an entity is that entities are specific objects or things that are represented in the database. So John Smith is a specific employee that is represented in the database. Then if you have a database of projects, then a particular product will be an entity that is represented in the database. Now coming to attributes. Attributes, in layman's terms, you can say that attributes are just details about an entity. So if we take the employee John Smith, then some details about it can be name, his Aadhaar number, his address, his gender, or his birth date. All of these are attributes, and each of these have values. So it's not necessary for you to have just these attributes. It depends on the scenario. It depends on your database, which attributes you would like to take for that. Some more ideas of a relational model is first, let's discuss what a relation is basically. Without understanding what a relation is, there's no point of learning the relational model. So a relation is nothing but it looks like a table of values and it has multiple rows and each of these rows is a tuple. So the customer table, that is one relation. Then we have this account table. This is another relation. And the depositor table, this is another relation. So we have three relations over here on screen. Each of the, now we'll discuss about attributes. In each of these relations, we have columns, right? So we have customer ID is one column, customer name is another column, customer street is the third column, and customer city is the fourth column. So each of these columns is an attribute, and it gives the meaning of what data is stored in that particular column. And these values are the attribute values. So Johnson Smith is our attribute values for the attribute customer name. I hope this is clear for you. And finally, a database schema is a short representation of a a relation. So this relation schema in general is denoted by R, where R is the name of the relation, and A1, A2 up to AN, where these are each of the attributes. So let's take a break right now and can you this is might be a bit challenging for you because you've just started, but can you type in the chat what the relation schema would be for this relation that we are seeing on the screen? I'll wait for a minute or two.
Chats are closed for this meeting.
Oh, never mind then.
Whoever
Then
is from GIT can reply.
would anyone like to reply?
I think Palak said something.
Palak, you're very close and you're very you just missed the name of the relation, which is over here. And it is not necessary to write data types. You can write and you cannot write. So you just missed the name of the relation. Fabulous job on your answer, by the way. So can you see this or not? One second. Yeah. I hope you can see that the answer is account, which is the name of the relation, and then we are writing the attributes inside brackets separated by commas. So account number and then the balance. Now we'll come to our topic for the session, which is PostgreSQL.
The thing which you write in bracket is the relation, right? Or the attributes.
The things that we are writing over here inside the bracket, right? These are the attributes. Account number is one attribute, balance is the other, and account is the name of the relation. Here in the picture, we have written the account table. Formally, we write it the account relation. Maybe that confused some of you. If you want, we can take another example for this. Inside this, if we take this customer table, then the customer, we write customer, and inside brackets we write customer ID, comma customer name, then a comma customer street, and then comma customer city. So moving on. Okay, so now let's go to PostgreSQL, which I think is the topic of our main topic of discussion for our session. All of this was background knowledge about the relational model. So let's try to get excited about it. You know, PostgreSQL is used by so many companies around the world and for so many major applications. So let's take the example of Apple. Apple uses PostgreSQL in its company databases. And you know what? In OS 10, since 2010, Postgres has been the embedded database inside macOS. It replaced MySQL, which, if you remember from the first slide, was the most popular one, but still Postgres is second, and it's used by it's growing faster than MySQL nowadays. Then IMDb, you know, IMDb actually stands for the Internet Movie Database. It is, in fact, the world's largest online database. It has data about films, actors, directors, screenwriters, a lot of things related to films. And it stores all of its data in a PostgreSQL database. Instagram, we discussed just now what Instagram is and why it uses a database. Instagram uses a combination of PostgreSQL and Cassandra. And why they chose PostgreSQL was that it has the lowest latency. So if you all must have used Instagram, you must have noticed it has a very nice user experience. It is fast and responsive. PostgreSQL is one component of that, which enables it to be that fast and that responsive. Then Reddit also uses PostgreSQL. Reddit uses it for storing the links, the comments, the account. If you make an account, your account details are stored in the database by Reddit. You know, and the database is maintained using PostgreSQL. So PostgreSQL, if so many companies are using it, it is such a powerful database. And on top of that, it is open source and free. Like if you take the example of Oracle, that is a proprietary database and you have to pay for it. PostgreSQL isn't. It is free, open source. You can download it. All of you must have downloaded it by now, I hope. And it's used by a huge and growing number of companies because it supports a very big variety of functions for the database. It has all the characteristics of a good database, like fast responsiveness, low latency, etc. So let's discuss about the name of PostgreSQL. Post means like it came after something, so it must have a predecessor. Its predecessor was Ingress. Ingress was made by Mr. Michael Stonebreaker, who is a professor at Berkeley, California. He was the one who developed Ingress. Then came after Ingress, we had Postgres, but Postgres, we did not have PostgreSQL. It was written in the language PostgreSQL. So it wasn't as popular. Then when Postgres was updated to support SQL language, it became PostgreSQL. And today the SQL language used in PostgreSQL is ISO compliant. So the standard SQL language that you might see in MySQL, Oracle database, a very similar version is used. It's the standard SQL that's used. PostgreSQL is also ACID compliant. Now, you might not know what ACID is. ACID means it is an atomic, sorry about that. It is an atomic, consistent, isolated, and durable database. Uh, Basically, for a database, these are all of these are good characteristics for a database. Postgres is also cross-platform, so you can use it on macOS, Linux, Windows, anything. And since it was developed around the 1970s or 80s, it has a lot of features, and it is also very reliable and stable. So if you take some new databases, they might not have as much reliability, even though they might have a slightly better feature. And for a database, the most important thing is for it to be reliable, because if you lose the data, then what good is the database? And now we'll discuss about the second component that we'll use today, that is Express. So you can't, when you're making a web application, you can't just directly query a database. Querying a database means retrieving information from it or getting information from it. So Express acts as an intermediary between the database and the website that you see. So it is the one who queries the database and shows the data in a format that you converts the data in a format that you can see on your screen. So Express is a backend web applications framework for Node.js, and this is also open source and free, and it is released under the MIT license. The main purpose for which Express was designed was for web applications and APIs, but you can use it for many more applications. You can also use it for mobile applications if you retrofit your applications suitably. Then the Express is very minimal and very small in size in its vanilla form. But we can add many features in it in the form of plugins. Like if you would have used VS Code, it is very minimal, it is very lightweight, is small to download, but it is also very feature rich. You can add all the features you want through the form of plugins. Express is similar to that. Express was founded by. Do you want to say anything?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask if there's some similar kind of websites like this, like Express, not website. I mean, a place where you can, which acts like an intermediate. Are there anything similar to that as well, or it's only the one where you can do it?
We have many similar to this, but as see in the fourth point, you can see right, the mean stack, the MERN stack, and the MEVN stack. So I don't know if you have heard about these or not, but these are the predominant tech stacks that are used for making web applications. And Express, E stands for Express. Express is used in all of them. So Express is the most popular choice, but we obviously have other options available as well.
Yeah, I'll show you. Akanksha, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll show you how we can interact with the Postgres database other than Express. Okay, I have some of my projects. So Express was simple. Everyone knows Express. It's famous.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll show you. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Aiming to become a web developer, then I'm sure you would be using at least one of these stacks. This will be all of these stacks would be required to develop a complete web application. So it will be a combination of backend framework, a database, and a front-end JavaScript library. So that's it. I hope you all are a bit more excited about learning about PostgreSQL and Express. So many companies use it. We have just discussed, and starting your learning today would make you closer to developing your own database, which might not be as big as that, but we'll be doing a lot today. Thank you. And over to Abhinav for the hands-on session.
Hi guys, Abhinav here. So अभी तो हो गया, we just finished the theory part, and now comes the interesting thing, which is code, black and white code. So I think that fascinates us more, I guess. So, acha, so everyone was asking about installation. I guess. Acha, how many of you haven't installed Postgres and Express? If someone is sleeping, then theory part is over.
I'm installing like right now.
Okay. Acha, Vishnu, you're installing now. Please share your screen. Let me use your computer to show everyone how to install.
Okay. How can I get the permission?
Arey, हाँ, Vishnu, one second. Vishnu, yeah, make a presenter. You are a presenter. Acha, one second. Please, everyone type hi so that I know I'm not talking to myself. Hi in the chat. दो है, तीन है, चार है, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, nice. Very good, very good. Yeah, now Vishnu, you can share the screen.
Yeah. Can you?
Everyone is like, yeah, I can see.
So I'm here till here so far. I didn't understand this port thingy. Like, I just
Go to the start. Go to back and starting. Yeah. So everyone see, this is how to install Postgres. Okay. So why we are installing Postgres? Because basically Postgres is a bunch of C++ code. Okay. And एक second now. So basically Postgres is a bunch of C++ code, okay, written in a package to store your data, nothing else. Okay, C++ or Java, anything, I don't know what they have used. So we have to install it. We have to set up the environment so that we can access it. Okay, so yeah, go ahead next. Okay, now this is the directory. Please keep the default one. And here we need everything. Yeah, next. And this is next. Yeah, next. And now password. Please remember the password. Now this is the important part. This is the port on which your Postgres will run. So basically what happens is Postgres also has a protocol to listen to your requests. Okay, and you have to run it, okay, on some port in your computer. So don't think about so much. Just remember the port here, 5433. Okay, it's here. You can do anything. Garv, you can, sorry, what's your name?
Vishnu.
Vishnu, yeah. You can do 5432 also.
Like you can put any 4-digit.
Yeah, you can put any 4-digit number. You can put any number, but 4-digit is like more suitable. So
In fact,
do
you
it
can
54.
keep it.
I just
You can keep it the default as well.
Yeah, you can do anything. Next. Yeah, default local. Next. One more next. So this is how we install Postgres. It was so simple, you know. And depending on the speed of your computer, the installation time will vary.
It's done now for me, but it's asking for stack builder. I don't know what to do now.
Yeah, don't worry. Just unselect it. The select stack builder is there now. Unselect it.
Stack builder window is open.
Actually, it's already open.
Yeah.
So you must have clicked on finish then. Sorry,
Yeah,
before 1 second. Huh? Let him finish.
Okay.
It's taking time. Shit. Okay. Acha, Palak, can you share your screen? 1 second.
Only this much step we have to do for this, right? It is the
Yeah,
last
yeah,
step.
that's all.
Okay.
1 second. Where is Palak? Second, huh? Okay, make a presenter. Yeah, Palak, now you can present your screen.
Screen is visible.
Yeah. Cancel it. Yeah, that's all. Okay.
Bhaiya,
Mm-hmm.
where I can't able to install the Node.js in my MacBook.
It will. I don't know much about MacBooks because I don't have a MacBook. You can just go on YouTube now.
Okay.
It will be done. So simple. It's very simple. See, one last step is there. Yeah, not sir. Yes.
Actually, there's a form that we have to fill. Is it necessary to fill the form?
Leave it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Acha, which form? No, that form. Leave
No,
it.
that is
Survey
not.
wala form. Survey form.
Okay. Survey नहीं जरूरत है.
नहीं ना?
नहीं, nothing. Acha, last step. Once you've done it, let me share my screen. Which screen should I share? ये वाला. Okay. So open CMD. Okay, CMD खोला. Now write PSQL. Okay, -v.
I have installed, so I have to finish. I have to give finish, right?
Yes. So yeah, click on finish. Uncheck that thing. वहाँ पे something comes known as stack builder or something. Uncheck it on the finish tab. Okay, so after that, come to the command prompt and write PSQL.
Wait. Actually, in Stack Builder, what I have to do? I have to write
cancel
remote
it.
server. Okay, cancel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now.
Correct. Have you written this PSQL dash version?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. So this will show error for you guys. You have to do is you have to set the environment variable. Okay, so how to do that? Just click on here and write. Open this dialog box. System properties. It can be just search your environment variables in your start and you'll get this thing. And after this, click on environment variables, then click on path. धीरे-धीरे करते हैं. Are you there with me? Click on path. Double click. You have to add these two things. Let me paste it here. The chat box. These two things you have to copy paste. ठीक है? So once you copy paste these two things, तुम्हारा PSQL will work. Guys, have you done it? मतलब ये दोनों अगर आप environment variables के path में set कर दोगे, if you put it. What?
Error आ रहा है.
अभी भी after pasting also. You have set the default path ना? मतलब जो installation के वक्त next कर दिया था ना बस.
हाँ मैंने नेक्स्ट नीचे किया था.
So once again, go to environment variables. Environment variables path के अंदर these two things you have to copy paste. यहाँ पे new click करके यहाँ पे okay you have to copy paste what I have given there.
हाँ वहीं पर किया है.
अच्छा तो एक वेरिफिकेशन करते हैं. ओपन योर फाइल एक्सप्लोरर, ठीक है, एंड गो टू दिस पीसी. विंडोज सी के अंदर यहाँ पे प्रोग्राम फाइल्स के अंदर पोस्टग्रेस एसक्यूएल है.
हाँ है
ना. अभी उसके अंदर 14 रहेगा कुछ,
हाँ है.
एंड उसके बाद अंदर एक बाइनरी फोल्डर रहेगा, बिन फोल्डर बिन.
हाँ बिन है.
जस्ट कॉपी इट. यही तो मैंने पेस्ट किया वहां. अच्छा, can have you restarted the CMD? Like first close the CMD, then restart it. Open it again.
That I didn't do.
हाँ, yeah. अच्छा, I think it's time to start. अच्छा, how many of you are ready with this? Like PSQL -- VRFN should show you something. है ना?
हाँ हो गया, सेटअप हो गया.
ओके, एक का तो हो गया. People, Sohail का भी हो गया. Sohail is done. Neil is done. Because guys, we don't have much time actually. इसलिए मैं थोड़ा I'm just hurrying it up. It's very simple.
For me, it is showing that it is not recognized as an external
Correct.
internal.
So आपने have you did that or environment variable?
Yeah, I did.
Once again, I'm showing.
Okay.
Go to environment variable, search env, and this will come. And click on environment variables. Then go to path here.
Okay.
Once you go to path, then click on new.
Okay, and then copy paste the chart one.
Yes, chart one, both of them.
Okay,
Like
thanks.
you have to write 2 times new. Okay.
Okay, got it.
Now, once you are done, restart your CMD, close it, and open it again.
Then again try PSQL version.
Correct. Yes.
Could you please show that one last time, like after
Yeah,
going to
sure.
environmental variables?
Go to here, go here, then click on environment variable. Then here path is there. Click on path, then click on new. Okay, something will open up, and copy the first one from the chat box. Then once you're done with it, then click on new, copy the second one from the chat box, and click on OK and OK. And restart your CMD. It's very important.
All right.
I think you guys are free after 8:30, ना? I think session will extend a bit. It's okay, ना? सब तो मस्ती कर रहे हैं. Guys, it's done. Like, is it done?
Yeah, completed.
Very nice, very nice. So, तो सबका हो गया होगा. Node.js.
Shall I share
Done,
my
done.
screen? Actually, I'm having some problem.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, dude.
Kindly make me presenter.
Prabhat, we are recording. One second, Ankit. I guess you are a presenter, no?
Can we use this as a backend for Flutter?
Yeah, sure.
I guess I have shared if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, it's there.
Do I need to click on it?
Acha, Postgres or Node? About which are you talking about?
This one, Postgre.
Postgres. Acha, double click on it.
I have to click yes, right?
Yeah, double click. Just go next, and you are done. Like you have to set a password in between. Just set a password and you are done. Next. Okay, done.
Oh.
बस इतना ही है.
Again and again, this thing is reoccurring actually. Even for Node also, this thing was occurring.
What?
I'm sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to know,
Yeah.
for the local, it's the default local, right?
Yeah. Default.
Okay.
Actually, you kindly extend the session. There's no issue, but we must understand the things. That's the big issue actually.
Yeah, correct. I am free till 10 o'clock.
You can extend up to 9:30 also. I will manage.
Yeah, but
That's
there
not
are
an
other
issue.
people, na? 66 are there.
No. I'm talking about if I have some personal queries, so you can.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even after the session, everyone can wait if they want.
Yeah. Actually, I'm having also some network issue now. So because you know about the hilly states, how they are.
Acha, you live in a hilly state.
Yeah, I'm from Himachal Pradesh actually.
Acha, Himachal.
Yeah, that's a lovely place actually.
Yeah, I know.
So other than Postgres SQL, do we have to install anything else?
Just Express. Sorry, Node. You have to install Node. It's there in the mail, yaar. You should have read the mail at least.
I'm taking this extracurricular to hone my extra skills apart from mechanical. So it will be, I have to learn it more actually.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, how many of you are taking the 2CC course from IET? Can you just raise your hand? Okay, cool. So I'll be sending you guys a form in between. So make sure that you fill it up because it is for your attendance, okay? Yeah, you guys can lower your hand. Thanks.
Good. Now uncheck the stack builder thing.
Okay, I have to finish, right?
No. Uncheck first.
Okay.
Acha, cancel it. Cancel.
Yes.
Good. Now Postgres is done.
Yeah. Now again I have to double click.
No, it's done.
It's done. Then what I have to do right now?
Now open CMD. See, Postgres is not some kind of software. It happens inside the terminal. So open CMD.
Okay. Where I need to have the CMD?
Just search CMD in the search area.
Okay.
Command
This
prompt.
one. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah.
Now what I have to do?
So now environment variable thing. Now I will explain it again.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Shall I stop sharing my screen?
Yeah. You can stop it.
Okay. Thank you.
Search env here in your search area. Okay, and then click on environment variables. Then click on path, double click on path. Then just click on new in the right side and copy paste the things which I've given in chat.
After you open this CMP, then after what steps you followed actually?
Just in the search area in your computer search is there na, write CMD. Sorry, not CMD. ENV.
Okay.
Okay, once you type ENV, you'll get edit the system environments and environment variable.
Yeah. So I will press edit.
Yeah, then click on environment variables. You can see my screen, I guess.
I can see, but wait. Yeah, now you tell.
Yeah, search env here. Okay, then go to environment variables. Come on, fast, I have to go to the good stuff. We have path. Ankit, are you done?
I have to press edit, right?
Yeah, go to path, then click on new.
I'm getting only this, so edit, new, and delete.
Correct. Go to path in the inside user variables for your username. There's path is there.
Yeah.
Then double click on path first.
Yeah, I double click.
Then something open na, jahan pe new rahega. Wow, new is written.
Yeah.
Click on new and copy paste the thing from the chat. One second. I've pasted it again.
Both the things I need to copy paste.
Yeah, these two things. Click on new 2 times. Sorry, first click on new 1 time, then copy paste this. First one, click on new 2nd time, then copy paste the second one. Okay, so now everyone, we will log into our Postgres server. Everyone can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you can see my screen. Now, write PSQL dash capital U, then your username. Postgres is your username, not capital small. Okay, Postgres. एक second, I'll edit properties. Okay, you Postgres and dash P port 5433, the port which you have decided there now. Okay, then click enter. अरे वाह, मेरा ही नहीं हो रहा है. Dash Postgres user is there, dash P port 5433. Could not set printing parameters 5433.
I think you have written a capital P there. You should write.
That's fine. That's correct. Okay. So now it will ask for password, which you have set there now. So mine is Postgres. Enter. And now inside your database. This is where the cool stuff begins. Let me increase this thing. It's visible, na? Clearly visible.
Yes.
Good. So I hope you are inside this particular thing. Postgres likha hai left mein. This is the username. Okay. And what you have to do now is see. Yeah.
It's showing one error to me that connection to server at localhost 5433 failed.
Correct, because your port name is something different. It must be 5432. Nice one. So I think after typing the password, you are good to go. So this is your database. Okay, now first function, backspace L. Okay, it will list all your databases. Okay, I have already made one to-do database, which we are going to learn today. Okay, we have template 1, template 0, and post. You must be having these three. Backspace L. Have you reached here?
Yeah.
Okay, you must be seeing three things: template 1, template 0, and Postgres. Okay, I have these two because I was testing it. So to create a database, okay, these are your databases basically. Okay, you can have multiple databases inside one user. Okay, so and now database contains data tables. Okay, so I had some interesting information. How many of you can guess why the Postgres is elephant as their mascot or their logo? Any ideas?
Maybe
It is very huge database, like it can handle huge databases. So
Close. Anything else?
Elephant is a
Googling नहीं करना है.
Elephants never forget.
What?
Elephants never forget.
Why Ritik is done. Okay, so exactly, elephants never forget. That's why they kept elephant as the mascot of Postgres. Okay, so it shows that Postgres will never forget your data, and it's the most important thing which is related to a database. It should never forget your data. That's why that's why we use a database. So database is not much different from your typical array, which you must be using in a programming to store some data, no temporary data. You have one array or object or dictionary or tuples, anything. Okay, so you still save your data there, and when you restart your program, the data vanishes. It happens now. So that's where Postgres come in. This is the one where you will keep your data to, give your data to, and retrieve it when you need it. Okay, that's the use of Postgres or any other database, MongoDB, or like our friend Garv told, Cassandra. You heard the name Cassandra DB. So Cassandra is a columnar database or a non-relational database, opposite to Postgres. Cassandra is different and Postgres is different. Okay, Postgres is relational, Cassandra is non-relational. That's the difference. So you can notice I'm seeing the here, not here, because I'm using a different monitor to do my work. Okay, so so basically you understood now. यहाँ तक पहुंच गए. These are your databases. Okay, so let's see how to create a database. And I always emphasize people to understand how to Google stuff. Okay, so let's see how to create a new database. Sorry, yeah. So you open your Chrome window and type SQL code. Okay, so let's see. W3 Schools is there to help us. Create database name. That's all we have to write. Okay, so let's come to our CMD. Okay, and write caps lock. See, SQL is type insensitive. Okay, so you can also write everything in small here. It will still work. Create test2. It will still work. You have to end it with a semicolon, remember. So once you click here, create database is written. So it means, yeah, a test2 is created. How to test it? Click on backspace N, and we have test2 here. Okay, so we have created a new database, but you should not do that. Follow a practice to write the SQL queries. The keywords are there now. Try to write it in capital letter. Create database test2. So try to write all your keywords, SQL keywords in capital letters. Okay, and the rest thing whatever you want. Create database. Yeah. So successfully created. So we have 3 databases now. Test, test2, test3, and to database. We have multiple databases. Okay, so this is how we create a database. Okay, now let's we have 3 databases, 5 databases actually. So let's go into our test2 database or test database. Okay, so just write backspace C. Okay, small c and test. Okay, you are now connected to database test as user Postgres. Simple. Okay, so this is how we connect to a database. Now you're in the test database. Now you can create your data tables. Okay, so abhi मैं दिखाऊंगा. So is it comfortable till now? Is it looking cool? Black and white in CMD. है ना? Chat में cool हो जाए. Write cool in chat if you have understood the cool stuff. नहीं समझा किसी को. Karthik is the first cool person we have. And Palak is also cool. Not working for me, Gar, okay. So a lot of people are cool here. Nice. So let's go further. मैं इससे ज़्यादा यहाँ पे नहीं दिखाऊंगा अभी. I will not show you much here because we have to start our app also. And our app doesn't contain a front-end framework. See, I am teaching or I am discussing with you how to create a server. So we all are here backend guys, and we don't bother much about the visuals and front-end stuff. So I'll show you how to test your APIs with a software known as Thunder. Thunder is I think Thunder, huh? So it's inside a post. I personally use Postman to test my APIs. This is Postman. Okay, I use this to test my APIs, but you all will use a Thunder client. Okay, so you all will use Thunder client inside VS Code. Okay, and if you want to use Postman, you can download Postman also. So this is how API testing looks. These are my APIs, which I use. Where is library API? So these are the things which a backend person does every day. They make some server, then write the API in Postman and test it. So this is how you test the API. It's a bit big thing. So this is a demo. So basically this is how to test the API. We use Postman to test the API. So let's get ahead and make an API. So open any text editor you want, like VS Code. Okay, new window. No VS Code. Let's go. We are cool people. Let's do it in a cool way. So search CMD. One more instance. We got CMD here. Okay, now CD to desktop. Okay, write DES and tab. So it will autocomplete. So we are now in desktop. Now on your desktop, make one folder. Anything. Postlearn or Postgres learn. mkdir, enter. So you have now made a folder name Postlearn. Now cd into that Postlearn. We are inside the folder Postlearn. Now write code dot. So that folder will be opened inside VS Code as a directory. So we are inside a Postlearn now. This is cool, right? Yeah. So now open the integrated terminal of VS Code, or we can work here also inside the terminal. Now, if you have installed Node, you must be having npm. So you can write npm init. Why? So this will initialize a node. This will initialize a node server for us. Okay, just write enter, and we are done. So this thing will have a something known as package.json. Okay, so see guys, if you don't have all the things properly installed now, just keep watching. Okay, you don't have to follow it the way I'm doing it. Okay, you can do it afterward also. Okay, and after this, once I'm done with this session, just keep on, just understand the things which I'm doing here. Okay, try to understand. No need to replicate everything at the same time. If you're doing it well and good, if not, then also good. So I've just initialized my node server here. So what I'll do is I'll create a new file here. Okay, the file name is index.js. Okay, so I have created an index.js, and let's install something. Let's install some dependencies, packages. Okay, right? Install matlab I Express. So Express is basically a package to communicate with Node properly. Okay, so npmi express along with PG. PG is one of the things which helps us to interact with our Postgres database. Okay, PG is a package. So just hit enter. It will install everything. Just we need these two dependencies we need, and minimize it. Now inside your index.js, okay, you don't have to do anything just now. Create a new file named db.js. One more file named database.sql. Now inside database.sql, we will write our necessary information, necessary things. Okay, so first of all, we need is create arrays database, not all capital database. Okay, now \c I'm just writing here this because we have to copy paste these stuffs in our PSQL terminal now, which we have just explored. Okay, now next we have to write. So this is the SQL code to create a table. To do. Then first is to do ID serial primary key. So this is a data type, you know. Primary serial is for auto incrementing our to do ID, then primary and key. So these are primary key is one of our data types of Postgres SQL. Sorry, of SQL data type. Postgres SQL data types. Okay, next is name. I need a name. And it will be varchar. So varchar is also a data type. Okay, you can learn more about the Postgres SQL data types here. Okay, so go to the Postgres tutorial any website, and these are the Postgres data types. Okay, these are the types to store data. Okay, now let's come back to our VS Code. Name is there. Let it be text. So basically, this is the code to create table. Now, why it has nothing to do with this particular rest of the folders. I've just wrote here so that I can copy paste it properly in my terminal. Okay, I'm already here now. Okay, in my test. Okay, Now write backspace q to go out. Again, red slide PSQL dash u Postgres dash p report. Now, once you are here in the main thing, just copy this create database, okay, to do database and hit enter. Okay, so it's for me it's already there, but in your case it will write create database. It will be written create database. Okay, not error. So once you're done with this, now backsplash C into to do database. Okay, now we are inside to do database, the database which I have created just now. Now what to do is copy this, create table, and paste it here. So once you have pasted it, add a semicolon at the last. Okay, so once you have pasted it, hit enter. To do already exist. For me, I have already made the database data table, but for you it will be written create it will be written create table, or it's something else it will write, but not an error. So this is the way. Now you have created your database and your data table. Now we can communicate with this by using our PG library. Okay, so we have physically made our database and data table. Now we will communicate with it by using our PG library in Express. So once you're done with it, you don't need this terminal right now, but we will still look it up for reference. Go to your db.js. Okay, and write. Now you have to import your pool, something known as pool. Once again, I'll so now acquire the pool library, pool function from the PG library which we have installed now. उसमें से grab the pool thing, const pool is equal to. This is how we like use the installed libraries in Express server or in Node, basically in Node. Now create a new instance of pool. Okay, so if you have learned something about OOPS concept, so we will create a new object of pool. Okay, while feeding some information in its constructor. So first thing is we have to assign the user, which user is going to interact with your database. So our user is Postgres. Hana? User is Postgres, comma, password is there. Password is, for me, password was also Postgres. Then we have database. Database is to do database. Then we have host. Localhost. Port. Bus. So this pool, now this pool can help us communicate with our database. Okay, see Postgres, so Postgres cannot communicate with the front-end application. Okay, it has to use a mediator so that something happens in the front end, someone sends us some data, then our Express server can manipulate it and put it back into to-do database, put it back into a database. So for that we are using a pool or PG library. Guys, समझ में तो आ रहा है ना? Like it's going inside, right? A little bit.
Yeah, it will be much clearer when you will, when you will send the recorded videos and we will practice ourselves and we will ask the doubts to you.
Correct. So see, this thing is correct. This thing is just boilerplate. Okay. So you don't have to understand it much, but basically यही था कि we are creating a new instance, okay, from this library and feeding it the important information so that it can communicate with our existing database inside our computer, which you have just installed, right? So this is why pool is used. Now we have to export this. Okay. So I have basically exported pool so that I can use it in different files. So in our index.js, okay, you have to get the express. So basically, this is also boilerplate. See, app contains all the features of Express, right? Okay. So now this we can use this app to do our HTTP requests. Hold on a bit. I'll tell you everything. Now I have called the pool here so that I can communicate. So now one last thing is done. One last boilerplate code. So this part helps us to send textual data to our database, to our Express server. We are creating a server, guys. Okay, it's a big thing. So now we are done with the boilerplate. Okay, now we have to create the routes. Okay, so first of all, every data, every backend or every server has 4 fundamentals. Okay, we actually do only four things here. Okay, first is create. Okay, create a to do. CRUD. It is known as CRUD. Create, then read the to do table. Okay. Create, read, and update the to do table and delete. So this is the 4 things which we all do. Okay, we create, we read from the table. Creating routes. Okay, so we create some data and put it into the to do table. Okay, then we read from the to do table, we update the to do table, and we delete from the to do table. To do is the name of the table, right? हमने यहाँ पे बनाया था to do. So we do all these simple 4 things. And lastly, we have to start our server. For that, right? App.listen. I will listen on port 8000. Done. We're done with the server. Our Express server is ready. Guys, if you write this piece of code now, you have already made a server. Okay, your first server. So let's see if it runs. We can write node index.js. Server started on port 8000. We are done. Now, basically, this is a server. Okay, and here we will do interactions with our database. Okay, so see, PG was a library to. So there are multiple libraries, where you don't have to write the typical SQL queries to communicate with the database. But I have chose PG because PG sticks to the basics. Okay, you have to write the physical queries. Okay, so basically, let's write our first query. And one more thing, go to your extensions tab and search this is Thunder client. Install option will be there. Please install it. And by using this, we can test our APIs. Okay. I already have this. So let's create a to-do. So for creating, we will listen on a port. Okay. App.post is used. So app.post listens on port /to-dos. Okay. So basically async is something okay, so basically async is something which we use. It's basically to see Express or Node. Node doesn't wait for a function to complete. If a function is taking some time now, the Node just passes it and goes to the next steps. So to stop Node from doing that at certain points, we use async await. So in try catch block is like when we write something inside try, and if some error happens, then it gets caught in the catch block and the error is printed. Okay. Simple. So inside try block, you can write to catch it. अरे बहुत टाइम लग रहा नहीं. First we will catch the data. And description. Start body. See, here I'm doing is, see, we will send some data in, like name and description to do this particular route, and this is how we will catch it. Now to create a new to do. Now pool.query contains, now here we can write an SQL query, and this query will be written once we run the, once we reach to this port. Let me finish it once. The query to insert data into a data table is insert into and the column names, name, comma, description. Column names for names and description to insert into the to-do data table. Okay, and where in name and description, what are the values? Okay, now $1 and $2 are variables. Okay, one is one of the variables, second is second variable. And to fill those variables, name and description. So why I wrote this star यहाँ पे and returning. So yeah, till this it's done. Our job is done. Insert into to do and the column names and the values are something. And returning returns back the data. Okay. Once this thing is running now, once this thing is done, then it also returns us everything. It also returns the whole the new row which is created just now. Okay. And basically once it's done, let's see, guys, our first route is created. Let's go to Thunder client and let's check this route. New request. Okay, it will go to Post request is there. Then go to body and JSON. So we are ready to send our first request. Let's see if something happens. Cannot post to-dos. Why? See, the thing is 404 not found. The route was not found. Okay, why? Let's see. Server started on port 8000. 1 second. Let's see. What is the problem? Some problem is there. No problem. So basically क्या है कि once I'll run this send request, okay, this route will get a hit, okay, and this will get the data from our body.
There's a spelling mistake in the description. I think that's the error in the index.js. The insert into to-do name, comma, description.
But that's not the meaning of the thing, huh? The error is something different. It says 404 not found. It means this route is not found. Okay, so this why this happens is basically यहाँ पे उसको route मिला नहीं. 8000 तो ठीक है ना? 3000, 8 zeros and 8 zeros. अच्छा, sorry. We have to restart the server, okay? Once we have made some changes. So once I keep on send, हो रहा है. Some error came actually. That's why it's hanged. New to do is not defined. Yeah, spelling mistake is so bad. Okay. Over. Done. So basically this is the request. This is the response we get from our Postgres SQL. Okay. यहाँ पे rows देख रहे हो? This rows. So this row ID 7. I've already made some new rows back when I was testing it. So basically your ID will be 1 here when you will do it. So see description and name. You get these two things. Test and test description. See these two stuff are there in your database now. Okay, from here, how? Let's check it. यहाँ पे to-do database है ना? This to-do database. // dt to-do. See. Correct. To-do database is there. Inside to-do database, we have a table known as to-do. Okay, now how to fetch data from to-do? We will write select from. We have 7 rows. This is something I made before, but basically this was the 7th row which we got. So guys, here we have sent some data from, see this thing will happen from the front end. So we send some data from the front end, okay, to our port to-dos, and it hit this particular SQL query, and that thing made a new entry in our database. So basically this is our first interaction into PostgreSDB. This is the thing we have done, and we are at the end of our session. We have to do this 3 also, but this is not important, you know. The important thing is this: we have to understand this thing, okay? And once we have inserted this, okay, So basically, if I just copy paste it, okay, copy this and read. We don't need this because we are not getting some data
Screen
from.
is not visible to me right now.
One second. Is the same problem with anyone else?
Or I guess it's with me only because I'm having some network issue also, no?
Palak, can you see my screen?
Yeah, your screen is visible.
Okay. So basically,
Shall I rejoin it?
yeah, sure. Now, see guys, we have successfully entered the data inside our data table. Okay, now it's time to retrieve the data. Okay, so we will get a GET request on the same port to do's. And instead of writing this, we can write select star. Star means everything from to do data table to do. Okay, that's all. Okay, and semicolon, please. Not semicolon is not required. Now, when we hit this endpoint, let's copy this URL and get request. Cannot get to do's. Why? Because हमने server restart नहीं किया अभी तक. Now let's again send the request. अच्छा, very good. Get request is not working. Why? Because हमने save ही नहीं किया है. See, select star मैंने किया यहाँ पे. See, select star from to do. So we got the whole database here. We have the rows and we have some extra bunch of information which we don't require. We are just concerned about the rows thing. So in our, there are 7 rows and these are the data inside it. I've already made these things beforehand, so don't worry about it. You will get only this thing. So guys, you are reading data from your database now. First you created some data into the database. Now you're reading from it. So this is how we read data from a database. And update and delete is also fairly simple, but so you understand just now. Basically, app.post and app.get. Get is for get request, post is for post request. If you want to send some data to the backend, use post request. If you want to retrieve something from backend, use get request. Okay, and we will go fast now because it's almost done. Now we will write update. Put is to update the data. Okay, so put now we put is much similar like post request because we again need name and description because we have to update it now. Correct. Now the query is क्या है query? Okay, so put is something like this. Update to do data table set name is equal to. See, we will use templating string here. So template string backticks होते हैं ये. So this helps us write variables. Video on. Write variables here. Okay, inside a curly braces. So we will write name. Comma. Description. I'll tell you about this one second. Description is equal to description. So I have wrote something like this colon ID. So this is, we use this when we have to do something like this. One second. Put request. So आपको /2 is there now. So this :2, this 2 is there na 2. This can be captured by this ID thing. Request.params के अंदर से निकल जाएगा. So this is our param. It's a parameter. Okay, so this is how we capture the params. So basically, I'll get the 2 which I've written here. So this so I have to update from the 2 table and set the name is equal to this name, and please set the description which is equal to this description. Where you have to, in which row you have to perform this? You have to perform this where the ID is to do IDs, the ID which I've sent here. Keep this in single quotes. Huh? See, in Postgres SQL, there's a huge difference between single quotes and double quotes. Single quotes represent the data and double quotes represent the columns. So mind when you are using single quotes and double quotes. So this is how we can update our database. So let's see. I will start the server. 2 is there. Body के अंदर. Okay, hopefully it should work on ID number 2. ID 7 को करते हैं ना, अभी हमने वही बनाया. Done. हमें ऐसा कुछ रिस्पॉन्स आया. Let's see. ID 7 को चेक करता है. Get request था ना अपना. Get request भेजते हैं और ID 7 को चेक करता है. See, test update and update description हमारा अपडेट हो गया. So हमने क्रिएट कर लिया, रीड कर लिया, अपडेट कर लिया, एंड लास्ट थिंग आते हैं हम डिलीट के ऊपर. अब see how to delete.
Abhinav, I don't doubt. What's the, like, there's something called patch also. So what's the difference between put and patch?
अच्छा, patch. अच्छा here. अच्छा, see, basically दोनों का कुछ खास डिफरेंस नहीं होता है. There's not a huge difference between put and patch. See app.patch देखते हैं ट्राई करके. ठीक है. app.patch भी अगर हम करेंगे ना, see like patch here and request यहाँ पे डालेंगे हम. Patch get post put update patch अगर किया हमने, so it's not working. Why? Because हमने save नहीं किया. You can also install npm i-g nodemon, and nodemon runs the server again and again. Let's install nodemon once. -g means globally, not for this application. You will get it for every application which you have. Okay, so we got nodemon. Now we can start the server like nodemon. Next.js. So see, now it's listening. What happens now is when I update my server or do something different, error.message start it, save it. So it will automatically restart my server. I don't have to restart it again here. So this is the use of nodemon. So यहाँ पे ये था. So basically अभी अगर हम टेस्ट करेंगे इसको पैच को, again it works. So basically डिफरेंस, जनरल डिफरेंस क्या बोलते हैं उसका कि इनपुट के अंदर क्या होता है ना कि like you give name and description both. Okay, so see, and one more thing, this app dot whatever right here na, patch, get, and post, it's a way of what we call it. It's a way of telling the server what kind of things we are gonna do with it. Okay, so basically अगर मैंने get लिखा है यहाँ पे, if I write get here, so we are telling the server that we want some data from you. Okay, we are not gonna send anything. We just want something from you. Okay, so this is the use of get. Okay, so that's why when you are writing get, you cannot write anything inside body. It will not get recognized by our server. Okay, but when you're writing post, post. So when you're writing post, the server is ready to get something from you. Okay, so I sent him name and description inside the post. So server is ready to get something from you. Now, when we come to put, so put and patch both consist of the same meaning for the server. Both of them are expecting some data from you. Okay, and they're ready to return some data. Okay, so basically हमें until the near future मुझे कभी जरूरत नहीं पड़ी. I never needed to use patch with myself. Okay, so put and patch are basically the same for the existing information. But if you want to know the definition, then put replaces the entire source with the given data. Okay, so when I use put, and so I have to replace both name and description. Okay, the entire thing. Okay, so when you are using put, you cannot return null. For example, जब put use कर रहे हो ना, put, so null नहीं देना चाहिए. Null is not like expected by the server. It will still work, but it's not expected when you're using put. But in case of patch, you can also send null here. Null ऐसे करके भेज सकते हो, तो वो भी उसको चल जाएगा. It will work with patch. It will work. Okay, so no worries there. And so next thing is create हो गया, read हो गया, update हो गया, and let's come to delete. Now again delete. So मैं यहाँ पे लिख तो रहा हूँ delete. I'm writing delete here, but it's just for a like English sense. मतलब even if I write here post na or get, okay, even if I write here get, it will still work. Even if I write post, if I see, let me complete the code, then we will discuss. So delete के लिए हम ऊपर से बस इतना ही copy कर लेंगे इसको. We will paste it here. To do's then ID, we will write a delete. Okay, and we don't need these things because delete doesn't expect anything from you. Okay, but we need this ID from params because this is the ID which we are going to delete. Okay, inside the template strings, we will write क्या लिखना है. So first of all, new to do await pool dot query, and यहाँ पे हम delete function लिखेंगे, delete to do done. So this query will delete your data, delete one of your rows. See, यहाँ पे हम we are generally dealing with the rows. Okay, so basically you are getting the rows, you are creating a new row, you are getting all the rows, you are updating a row, then you are deleting a row. So basically it's a tabular database. So we deal with tables here. Okay, so here we are deleting a row. See guys, one more thing. ये जो मम्बो जम्बो वर्ड्स का यहाँ पे इतना सारा कोड, it's express code. Okay, this code helps us to get information from our front end or this thing. ये है ना अपना Thunder client to test our APIs. So our code or this shenanigan here, it's only used to deal with the front end and front end informations. Okay, the main work of inserting the data into a data table is done by this particular line. This is a pure SQL query. Okay, so this is SQL language. So this thing puts data into our data tables. Okay, this thing, then this thing. Okay, so ऐसे होता है. This is how we communicate. This is how our backend communicates with the database. Okay, so delete is also done. Let's check delete if it's working. Okay, let's try. delete. Okay, let's see. कुछ आया हमारे पास. Good. Now let's check if 7th one is there with us. Let's get all the to-dos. Get all the to-dos. ID7 is not anymore with us. So ID7 is done for. So delete is also working. है ना? So basically ये CRUD complete होता है अपना. Okay. So this is how our backend communicates with our database. Okay. And for some proof, we can write here that where terminal is there now. We can write all the same code is there now. All this code inside terminal also. For example, for getting the data. Okay. So for getting the data. Acha. Does any one of you, if you are still awake, I'm sorry if it's boring, but this is how backend works. So if all of you have not slept, so can anyone tell me? Can anyone tell me how can I get all my rows here? I want to see what is there inside my to-do data table.
Select star.
Okay.
DSC to do.
What?
For description, we can use DSC. For rows, we can use select star.
DSC is not working.
DESC and the table name. DESC.
Yeah, I've wrote, huh? Sorry. Oh, sorry, DSC to do likha man, it's not working. Okay, so let's go with the correct one. Select star from is also keyword, so capital from to do. Okay, so we enter the onga. Yeah, we got all our rows. Now I want something else. I just want name. I just want the names. So what should I write?
Select
you can Google.
Select name from.
Good one, guys. We got all our names. Now we can do the same with to-do ID and description. Okay, this is how to query data. So basically, if you hack someone else's database to see all the passwords and email IDs, you just have to write select star from this. And see, this code is a SQL query. Okay, so this same code can be used with MySQL database, PostgreSQL, and any database you want, which is a relational database which runs on SQL language. Okay, this is universal language, SQL language. Okay, so this was basically PostgreSQL and Express. So it was fairly simple, right? What?
Can I ask something?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it was really interesting, but we made the database, we created everything. Then we created a website. Then we want to extract data from the website and put it in our database. So what will be the gateway for that? Like, how do we connect both of them? I never understood this.
Correct. Okay. So हमने यहाँ पे लिखा ना इतना सारा. We wrote app.post, है ना? And this Thunder client which we used here. अच्छा, छोड़ो Thunder client, not VS Code. Let's show you something. This is Postman. Okay, let's go to this one now. So assume this Postman is your front end thing. Leave Postman. Let's go somewhere else. Let's come here. Let's go to vtop.com. Okay. So if I want to log into my vtop, there's a form, right? Vtop login. This is the username. This is password. Then this is captcha. Okay, we have three things. Now when we click on sign in, okay, let's write B for V. ठीक है. So when I click on sign in, what happens is, for example, assume this is the server of this thing VTop. Okay. So what happens is, when I click on sign in, a post request is what do you call it, is triggered. Okay. So this post request will be triggered because you are doing a app.post here. Okay, because you are posting some data. Now I told you, if you are expecting some data from the front end, then you have to use a post request. Okay, so when I click on sign in, okay, this post request is triggered, and what happened is this some code is run, some code ran into the backend. Okay, some code ran into the backend, and basically he inserted a data there. I hope critical information is not visible. nahi hai kuch. So basically this happens, you know, whenever you're doing something with a website, this thing happens. Okay, so I hope it's clear.
Yeah.
नहीं फिर से पूछ सकते हो, it's okay, मतलब फिर से बता दूँ.
Like the thing is कि जैसे हमने वेबसाइट बनाई, like I created like 2-3 websites, and where I have created forms and all, but like local host या फिर कोई भी चीज से मेरे को कनेक्टिविटी करने के लिए या तो आप वहाँ पे PHP वगैरह यूज करो, या फिर कहीं ना कहीं तो मुझे लिंक देनी होगी ना कि here I have uploaded the form and from here the data should go to the database. So वो चीज मेरे को समझ नहीं आई कि वो चीज कैसे हो.
ओके सो फ्रंट एंड में क्या होता है कि फॉर एग्जांपल तुम्हारा एक फॉर्म है. अरे मेरे पास कुछ प्रोजेक्ट्स होंगे, मैं दिखाता हूँ. हाँ ये भी चालू होने देते हैं, मैं कुछ दिखाना चाहता था. फॉर एग्जांपल इफ आई यूज CMD, okay, and CMD desktop. So this is an application, okay, with a backend. अभी क्या होता है कि for example I have an login.pjs login page is there with me. Okay, so what happens is it's a form, right? Login is a form. Now what happens is when you click on the submit button, this is submit button. Okay, so when you click on the submit button, ऊपर देखो क्या लिखा है फॉर्म के, exactly यहाँ पे action is there ना, /login. This is my route. Okay, so this is my route जहाँ पे उसको hit करना है इस फॉर्म को. Okay, and post request के साथ. Why? Because I have to send some data. So it will do a post request on this particular route. Okay, and my post request will capture all the data which is inside the text fields. Okay, so ऐसे होता है इस नॉर्मल एक HTML एप्लीकेशन में. बट अगर इफ यू आर यूजिंग, तुम समझे ना यहाँ पे जो फॉर्म होता है यहाँ पे.
हाँ वो तो है, बट अब जैसे लाइक एक्शन में यहाँ पर ये जो फाइल है जहाँ पर ये एक्शन का रिस्टोर होएगा, वो सब ऑफलाइन में हो रहा है, लाइक लोकल होस्ट पे हो रहा है. एंड इफ वी
नहीं, सी फॉर एग्जांपल अच्छा हाँ, अगर तुम टेस्ट कर रहे हो तो लोकल होस्ट में हो रहा है यार.
हाँ एग्जैक्टली, yes, /login, this is in like in your computer, no, it is in your PC. If I paste this post on blogger, like ठीक है, ये मैंने पूरा कोड ले लिया, ब्लॉगर पे डाल दिया, अब वहाँ पर वो /login पे तो नहीं जाएगा. हाँ, तो that's what I'm asking कि हम ये बैकएंड का कोड पूरा लिख लिया हमने, then how are we going to use this?
चलो ठीक है, अब यहाँ पे हम रियल थिंग्स पे आते हैं. सो मैंने अपना खोल लिया यहाँ पे अपना एक सी फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल तुम्हारा जो बैकएंड है ना वो कहीं पे होस्टेड होना चाहिए. द बैकएंड शुड बी होस्टेड समवेयर. ओके, सो दैट एवरीवन कैन हिट द एंड पॉइंट. तो मैं यहाँ पे यही तो समझा रहा था. देखो पोस्टमैन के अंदर ये जो एक लोकल होस्ट करके एक एंड पॉइंट है ना /todos, दिस इज अ URL. अब क्या होगा, इफ यू होस्ट योर बैकएंड समवेयर देन दिस लोकल होस्ट विल चेंज टू www.netlify.com. ओके, सो समझ लो netlify पे मैंने होस्ट किया अपना, तो netlify.com/todos ये मेरा API एंड पॉइंट हो गया. अब मैं इस पे इसको डालूंगा. एक सेकंड. हाँ, अब /login की जगह पे मैं एक्शन के अंदर ये लिखूंगा, जहां भी मेरा बैकएंड होस्टेड है वहां का URL /my_route. ओके, जब यहाँ पे मैं हिट करूंगा अपना डेटा को, जब एक्शन यहाँ पे हिट करेगा तो डेटा अपने बैकएंड वहां पे चला जाएगा ना. अभी तो लोकल होस्ट है इसलिए // चलेगा. अगर समझ रहे हो. I didn't got it, I guess.
Yeah, I got it. So मैंने WordPress यूज करा था, उसमें cPanel में मैं करी थी, but at that time मेरे को cPanel उतना क्लियर नहीं था. Now I'm getting some idea.
See, अभी अब तुमको एक रियल डेटाबेस दिखाता हूँ बैकएंड कैसे दिखता है. This is my WSL. This session is over. Okay, अभी आपको कुछ इंटरेस्टिंग चीजें देखनी है तो यू कैन स्टे विथ अस और यू कैन ऑलवेज लीव. ठीक है, आई एम गोइंग टू शो वन ऑफ फ्यू ऑफ माई प्रोजेक्ट्स जो मैं करता हूँ पोस्टग्रेस के साथ. ओके, एंड लेट्स गो टू लाइब्रेरी सर्विस एंड लेट्स ओपन इट. Okay, so this is a backend. Okay, my job is to create endpoints for people, for front-end people, so that they can hit on that endpoint and send me data. Okay, this is the job of this particular code. Okay, थोड़ा zoom कर लेता. So let's see, अगर हम कुछ infra नहीं, domain के अंदर नहीं, drivers में. So for example, मैं जाता हूँ किसी piece of code में, यहाँ पे articles के अंदर routes. So these are the routes. ये मेरे multiple routes है एक सर्विस के. ठीक है, so किसी एक route पे for example article/id :id. So यहाँ पे कोई बंदा फ्रंट एंड वाला जब हिट करेगा रिएक्ट के साथ या किसी भी के साथ, तो मेरा ये जो फंक्शन है ना वो होगा, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, एक्टिव हो जाएगा. So एक सेकंड. So basically once you hit on this endpoint, I will run bunch of manipulations and save the data. Okay, so article/id को जो फ्रंट एंड वाला हिट करेगा, यहाँ पे कुछ स्टार्टिंग में वो लगा रहेगा. ये लिनक्स है तो थोड़ा सा अलग लग सकता है. वन सेकंड, सर्वर चालू हो रहा है. सी इतना टाइम लगता है कंपाइल होने में एक डेटाबेस को, एक सर्वर को. ठीक है. हाँ, कोई तो पूछा था ना स्टार्टिंग में कि ओनली एक्सप्रेस इज देयर और समथिंग एल्स वी कैन यूज. आई थिंक आकांक्षा ने पूछा था शायद.
या मैं पूछी थी.
या हाँ, सो ये देखो, ये जो बना है ना सर्वर, ये एक्सप्रेस पे नहीं बना हुआ, ये फास्टिफाई पे बना हुआ है. ओके, फास्टिफाई एक्सप्रेस जैसा ये जो HTTP प्रोटोकॉल यूज करता है. व्हाट इज HTTP इज, देयर आर मल्टीपल प्रोटोकॉल्स. ओके, जैसे तुम HTTP:// ऐसे करके लिखते हो ना, वो वन ऑफ द प्रोटोकॉल्स है. ओके, बट ये भी HTTP प्रोटोकॉल है. सो दिस इज नॉट एक्सप्रेस. ओके, एक्सप्रेस का इस्तेमाल यहाँ पे तुमको ये ऐप नहीं दिखेगा. दिस इज फास्टिफाई. ओके, एंड वी यूज समथिंग नोन एज ORM. ORM का मतलब होता है ऑब्जेक्ट रिलेशन मॉडल. सो ORM क्या करता है कि आपके जो कॉमन इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज है ना, और बेसिकली यू मेक मल्टीपल क्लासेस. ओके, हियर फॉर एग्जांपल दिस डोमेन के अंदर मैं जाता हूँ एक एंटिटी. सो दिस इज वन ऑफ द एंटिटी. सो ये है मेरा एक टेबल का स्कीमा जो समझा रहा था स्टार्टिंग में, व्हाट इज स्कीमा. सो ये एक स्कीमा है. दिस इज हाउ फॉर आर्टिकल्स के अंदर मेरा आर्टिकल टेबल जो है उसके अंदर आएगा इंटरेस्ट एरिया आएगा, सब इंटरेस्ट एरिया आएगा, टॉपिक, टाइटल, ऑथर, ब्रीफ, टाइटल, इमेज, सारी चीजें आनी चाहिए। तो मेरे टेबल के अंदर के डिफरेंट कॉलम्स है ये। ओके, दिस इज नोन एज अ स्कीमा। एंड एक्सपोर्ट क्लास आर्टिकल, मैंने क्लास बनाया यहाँ पे आर्टिकल का। सो दिस, अब जब इसका एक इंस्टेंस बनाऊंगा मैं दूसरी जगह पे, ठीक है, एंड वो इंस्टेंस की मदद से देखते हैं कहाँ पे कुछ देखते हैं इस आर्टिकल का इस्तेमाल करके। यूज केस बंद करो, इन्फो, पोस्टग्रेस, आर्टिकल्स। हमने आर्टिकल को यहाँ पे इंपोर्ट किया एंड इस आर्टिकल को हमने यहाँ पे प्राइवेट रिपोजिटरी का आर्टिकल। सो यहाँ पे बेसिकली हमने इसका एक वो बनाया है, थोड़ा हमने डिफरेंट प्रोसीजर यूज किया यहाँ पे। एक लाइब्रेरी है रिपोजिटरी करके, टाइप ORM का, टाइप ORM बोला ना, एक ORM है। सो रिपोजिटरी करके मेरे पास एक इंस्टेंस बना हुआ है। ये रिपोजिटरी क्या करेगा कि repository.save लिखा यहाँ पे मैंने और डेटा पास किया, तो मुझे SQL क्वेरी नहीं लिखना पड़ा यहाँ पे, ये सीधे अपने आप .save के अंदर SQL क्वेरीज लिख लेगा और सारा मेरा डेटा डेटाबेस के अंदर सेव कर देगा।
ओके।
सो दिस इज द वर्क ऑफ ORM। मैंने क्या किया, जब PG यूज किया ना अभी इस सेशन में, PG ये सब नहीं करता, इट्स नॉट एन ORM। वो हम पे रिलाई करता है कि हम सारे क्वेरीज लिखे SQL के, ओके, और वही SQL क्वेरीज वो चला दे टर्मिनल पे अपने साइड से, ओके। बट ORM क्या करता है, खुद करता है काम। सो दिस इज अ प्रॉपर बैकएंड। सो आई नेवर सी द फ्रंट एंड। वो लोग खाली इस्तेमाल करते हैं इस पीस ऑफ कोड का, बहुत सारा कोड है यहाँ पे, इस कोड का इस्तेमाल करते हैं अपना डेटा टेबल्स में डालने के लिए। और मैं क्या करता हूँ, उनके डेटा को मैनिपुलेट करता हूँ, ठीक है, रिक्वायर्ड फॉर्मेट्स के अंदर। फॉर एग्जांपल देखिए, यूज केस फोल्डर देखो यहाँ पे, आर्टिकल्स क्रिएट आर्टिकल समझ लो। सो वो लोग मुझे डेटा भेजते हैं, रॉ डेटा इस फॉर्मेट में।
अच्छा,
ओके, एंड वो उस डेटा को, मेरा काम होता है कि ये टाइपस्क्रिप्ट है, जावास्क्रिप्ट नहीं है, तो थोड़ा कंफ्यूज मत होना ज्यादा। सो बेसिकली मैं उनको उस डेटा को ठीक से चेक करता हूँ, मैं उसको पॉलिश करता हूँ डेटा को, एंड व्हाट आई डू इज, एक नया ऑब्जेक्ट बनाया मैंने, इस ऑब्जेक्ट को बस पास कर देता हूँ, ठीक है। सो सॉरी, क्रिएटेड नहीं, यहाँ पे कहाँ पे रहेगा, यहाँ पे सो यहाँ पे ना, यहाँ पे बस पास कर देता हूँ उस डेटा को और वो सेव हो जाता है डेटा टेबल में। ये काम होता है बैकएंड बंदे का, ठीक है। सो और वो सो दिस इज मेड ऑन फास्टिफाई। सी एक्सप्रेस पुराना हो गया, स्लो है एक्सप्रेस थोड़ा, फास्टिफाई इज 10 times फास्टर देन एक्सप्रेस, ऐसा वो क्लेम करता है।
ओके।
सो हमें एक्सप्रेस इजी है सीखने के लिए, इट्स गुड टू स्टार्ट विथ, मैंने उसी से स्टार्ट किया था, बट दिस इज व्हाट पीपल यूज। सो ये एक वन ऑफ द रियल बैकएंड्स था। अब मैं इसको बंद कर देता हूँ। सो ये था गाइस, कुछ समझाओ तो अच्छी बात है। So, ये एक हिंट था गाइस, एवरीवन रिमेंबर, दिस इज जस्ट something I have told you, just the terminologies and setup process of PostgreSQL. There's ton load of extra things to learn, but at least you know that PostgreSQL exists and it's so easy, okay, to manipulate the data from the Postgres tables. So I would recommend ki just refer this channel, huh? This thing is very good. This video is good. He will like teach you everything, okay. SQL for beginners, sorry, this one, sorry. This video will teach you everything about Postgres, har cheez, and he will never use anything other than terminal, so it's much more cool. So you can refer this video, learn a shitload about Postgres, and enjoy your life.